is going on, guys? Cooked here, bringing you another Monster Hunter World video. And this video I made probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and just never ended up putting it out. It was right before the Kulve siege, so this is a set that uses some of the old stuff. But yeah, like I figured I'd put this out because I think it is a really good set, and it is a set I really do like using. I'm really enjoying Blast lately. Blast is a lot of fun to use, especially, you know, with stuff like Kushala and other monsters that are weak to Blast. It's always fun to get those Blast procs on them. And on top of that, you look pretty damn badass using this set. So another thing as well, it was back when I didn't really know how to use the 4-side slash that well, so excuse the gameplay if I'm a complete scrub. But yeah, I mean, the principles are obviously the same with this weapon as any other longsword, but as you can see in the background, we haven't sharpened once yet, and look how much goddamn white sharpness we got, boy! God damn, boy. Look at that tasty ass white sharpness. It's basically infinite white sharpness. As long as you're hitting those crits with the Twister technique, we got, you know, we got that infinite white, which is why I really like this build as well, especially for longsword, because I feel like with longsword you either have to have protected polish or you have to have the 3-piece TO set. So it's obviously pretty nice to just be able to wail on the monster as well and not have to worry about sharpening up every minute of the fight. I think it's honestly just really annoying doing shit like that. But yeah, as you can see, we can do pretty good damage. I don't know why it doesn't let the blast proc in the training room, but whatever. You'll see it in the gameplay. So let's just take a look at what we have going on here. So we have the Basil Virga Rook Slayer. Now I know that the Zora Magdaros one has more blast element on it, but I think that this sword just looks really cool. So I went with this one and I put an infinity increase on it so that we can, you know, we can get those crits going even more. Next we have a Handicraft Charm level 3, boosting our white sharpness even further. We have our Dragon King Eye Patch Alpha for the 2 points in a weakness exploit. We have our Dobermail Beta for the 2 points into attack boost. We have our Kaiser Vambraces Beta for the 3rd point into weakness exploit. Then we have our Kaiser Coil Beta for 2 points into blast attack. And then lastly, we have our Kaiser Greaves Alpha for 2 points into latent power and a point into blast attack. So rounding out that blast attack at 3, pretty nice. As far as the mantles go, 100% Apothecary Mantle, and then you can run Rocksteady if you'd like as well. Doesn't really matter what you run in this spot, honestly. We could also run with an Infinity Booster, but I don't find that is that necessary. So taking a look at the decorations here, we have 2 attack jewels slotted in. Then we have 2 critical jewels slotted in, and then lastly we have 2 mighty jewels slotted in. So I know that, you know, some of these are pretty hard to come by, but yeah, you can also swap out one of the critical jewels for another mighty jewel to give you more crit. But as you can see, we're sitting at 75% there to crit, and you know, pretty decent attack and huge bar of white sharpness, which is kind of what we're going for here in the build, right? We don't want to be losing sharpness at all. So speaking of which, we have the Twister technique, which prevents our weapon from losing sharpness during critical hits. Next, we have our attack boost level 4, boosting our attack by 12 and our affinity by 5. We have our blast attack 3 for the 20% of the blast buildup and the extra blast element. Next, we have our weakness exploit 3, giving us 50% chance to crit when hitting a weak point. And then we have our Handicraft level 3, boosting our white sharpness by 30. We have critical boost level 2, boosting our crits by 10%. And then we have latent power level 2, which boosts our affinity by 20% when it's active. So, you know, we'd be sitting at 95% there. And then we have our maximum might for the 20% affinity when our stamina is full. And that's that. So I mean, when latent power activates, you only have a 5% chance to not hit a crit. So that's pretty damn good. If you're hitting a weak spot, you're not going to be losing any sharpness at all, even with 75%. Like, as you can see, you know, hitting this post here, I'm critting almost every single time and not losing white sharpness. So yeah, basically you just want to throw on your Apothecary Mantle there, try and proc the blast as many times as possible. It's not as insane as it is with the bow build, but I mean, they're two different weapons too, right? And yeah, I honestly really like playing the Longsword. I feel like I'm gonna try and do some more Longsword builds, maybe even with the Azure or the Star-Lord armor and weapon. But yeah, that will be for the future. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below, and consider subscribing. This has been Cooked, and I will see you all in the next tasty episode.
Strangers on the run, looking for something, chasing the sun. All those days trying to find a place. I guess you'll make them just be alone, alone. All those nights lying by your side, like a survivor, feeling shine under your spotlight. That's the way every day